Eye contact is a non-sensual spiritual kiss. An unexpected encounter allows two unconnected souls to tightly embrace, and fate's accidental tease finally sparks a brilliant dream intertwine. In the quiet classroom in the village, Chunying glanced slightly at Luo Shengyun, who was dozing off in front of her. With his noble demeanor and delicate features, it's no wonder that just changing his hairstyle had everyone talking all morning. But now, he was in trouble. Unable to solve the difficult problem posed by the teacher, the tall figure awakened by the chalk became flustered. The teacher scanned downward and fixed his gaze on the equally distracted Yin Chunying. However, for someone who is the top student in the school, he can easily solve this small problem. The teacher, satisfied, allowed Chunying to return to her seat, then turned his gaze back to Luo Shengyun, warning him that even though he comes from the city, he shouldn't be complacent. Doesn't losing to a little girl hurt his pride? Luo Shengyun was about to deny it when he was interrupted by a loud noise from behind. Quan Fanchun yawned lightly, sleepily reminding, "Class is over already." The teacher, exasperated, retorted, "You little rascal, the class ends when I say it does." Who would have thought the young man suddenly unbuckled his belt in public? I hurried to the restroom, afraid he might do something shocking. The teacher had to announce the end of class. Classmates whispered among themselves. This guy seems like a thug. Could he be a pervert? At this moment, Luo Shengyun walked to Chunying's side, intending to apologize for just causing him to go answer the question. However, Chunying's gaze flashed with a hint of gloom, as if noticing something. He stood up and asked Luo Shengyun to step aside, so as not to block his way to the restroom. Seeing this, a female classmate hurriedly frowned and approached, saying, "I told you Chunying has a bad temper. It's pointless to talk to him. It would only ruin your mood." Listening to the ridicule behind him, everything is so annoying. Chunying looked down at his own worn-out slippers. Most of the people in the countryside are like him, and he is surely the worst among them. Luo Shengyun is the only one who is different, which is really irritating. As night fell, Chunying, who should have been on his way home, was climbing a mountain. In a home without even a desk and a classroom where people always find fault, it's clear neither is suitable for self-study. After being slapped by his drunken mother and running out, Chunying accidentally discovered this abandoned hut. The room was very quiet, and the furniture hadn't made a sound for a long time. He took out the prepared key to unlock the door, but stopped when he found the lock had already been opened by someone. Sighing, he pushed the door open, and Fan Chen was already awake in bed. Chunying, as usual, walked to the table and opened his school bag. The boy turned his head and greeted him. Seeing Chunying arrive safely, he wanted to continue sleeping, but suddenly thought of something. Then got up and went downstairs, asking Chunying if he wanted instant noodles. Hearing the girl say she was already tired of them, he directly ignored whether to add eggs. Add the egg, but don't beat it like last time. He smiled knowingly and started to cook the instant noodles skillfully. Although it was quite ridiculous, during this period, the two lived together in the small cabin, using this way of interacting. He had known about Quan Fancheng for a long time. His parents died when he was young, and he moved around living with relatives. Rumors said that in his previous school, he hid a teacher, which was why he moved here. Some even said his family was connected to the mafia and would target the elderly at night. So despite being in the same class in the second grade, they never spoke or had any. The intersection until that day, he was in the small cabin focused on studying, when suddenly there was a rustling sound from behind. He turned nervously to look up. Quan Fanchen had just woken up and sat up from the bed. The two made eye contact, startling each other. Once they calmed down, Yun Chunye hurriedly started packing his books. "Sorry, I didn't know this was your home." At that moment, all he wanted was to escape from there quickly. Why does it have to be the home of such a scary person? Who knew? The boy leisurely walked down the stairs. "This isn't my home. Indeed, no one lives here. Besides you, no one has been here." Chunying's nervous heart gradually calmed down. "Then why are you here?" Seeing the girl blush with some anxiety, Quan Fancheng straightforwardly told her not to overthink, that it was just purely sleeping. Then he told Chunying that he was going to sleep a little longer, and if she finished studying, she could leave directly. After speaking, he turned and lay back down, as if he didn't care at all that there was a stranger in the room. Watching Quan Fancheng lie down and disappear, Chunying felt conflicted inside. Those rumors scared him, but if he left, he wouldn't find a better place to study. Seeming to have made up his mind, he turned around and tiptoed upstairs. He climbed the stairs, wanting to confirm if Quan Fancheng was really asleep. How did he know he was there to study? However, what greeted him was a terrifying gaze like he'd never seen before. "What do you want? Just say it." Chunying was so startled that he hit the ceiling, his body instinctively leaning back. At the critical moment, a hand swiftly and firmly grasped his wrist, pulling him into a warm, solid chest. "Haven't you been to the second floor before? The railing here is very low, be careful." Feeling the boy's warmth, Chunying's heartbeat uncontrollably accelerated, and he hurriedly pushed Quan Fanchen away, asking in a fluster, "How did you know I came here to study?" "I saw it, just the day before yesterday, because I recognized the back of your head, so I went back to sleep." Chunying didn't quite believe it. "You mean you recognized me just by the back of my head?" "Yeah, aren't you sitting in front of me?" Quan Fanchen patted the bedding. "If your goal is this bed, I'll kick you out, but if your goal is just the desk, we can share this room." The boy looks down nonchalantly. "We both need a quiet place. Our needs are different and won't interfere with each other." Chunying curiously asked him, "If it's just sleeping, why not sleep at home? Then why don't you just study at home?" Thinking about that messy home, he said nothing more. It seems Quan Fanchen has his own difficulties. After a brief discussion, they decided to put a lock on this room to prevent others from coming in. Chunyong unnaturally turned his head. "But wouldn't it be more comfortable for you to be alone here? Why agree to let me in?" "Didn't I say already? I think we can share this room." Seeing Chunyong still hesitating to argue, Quan Fanchen asked, "So, do you want the key or not?" "Then go back to your territory." The surrounding air became tense again. Chunying gently pulled the chair away and asked, "Can this really work?"